Ever felt a coldness spread through you, a prickle on the back of your neck during a seemingly normal conversation? Maybe you brushed it off as nerves or a strange twist of the air conditioner. But what if it was more? What if that feeling was your intuition whispering a warning? You're face to face with someone who isn't who they seem. So how do we, in our everyday lives, recognize the signs of someone who harbors a darkness within? Sign 1. The illusion of goodness. The first deception often comes wrapped in a delightful package. In life, we encounter countless souls, some radiant with kindness, while others lurk in shadows, their intentions veiled in deception. Evil can be charismatic, weaving a spell of fascination that leaves you feeling captivated and special. This person might shower you with compliments, mirroring your interests with an uncanny ability. They'll be the life of the party, quick with a joke or a kind word, leaving you basking in their warmth and attention. Think of it like the Hindu concept of Maya, the veil of illusion that obscures reality. In Hinduism, Maya is a fundamental concept that describes the illusory nature of the world we perceive. It's often compared to a veil that covers the truth, leading individuals to misunderstand the nature of reality. Maya is closely associated with the idea that the material world, with all its forms and appearances, is not the ultimate reality, but rather a projection of a deeper, underlying truth. Maya encompasses the idea that our senses, perceptions, and even our thoughts can deceive us into believing in the reality of the material world. This person weaves a similar illusion, crafting a persona that perfectly reflects back what you believe to be true about yourself. They become the echo chamber of your hopes and dreams, a seductive reflection that feeds your ego and masks their true intentions. Just like a chameleon, a creature that blends easily into its surroundings. The person you're dealing with can adapt their personality to perfectly suit yours, becoming your ideal confidant. They'll listen intently, offering advice that seems perfectly tailored to your situation. Be warned, however, this charm is often a one-way street. While they learn your vulnerabilities, your dreams, and your desires, they reveal very little of themselves. It's a performance, a carefully constructed act designed to gain your trust and, ultimately, control. Don't mistake this charm for genuine connection. True friendship thrives on reciprocity, on a healthy give and take. Ask yourself, does the conversation always revolve around them? Do you find yourself constantly praising their brilliance while they offer only vague compliments in return? A healthy relationship allows both partners to shine. If the spotlight is perpetually on them, it might be time to step back and take a closer look. Sign 2. The master manipulator. Next comes manipulation. The charm offensive may be seductive, but the true danger lies in the manipulation that follows. This person has mastered the art of getting what they want, not through force, but through subtle, insidious means. They'll plant seeds of doubt in your mind, twisting your perceptions and turning situations to their advantage. One minute they'll be the picture of understanding. The next they'll use guilt or fear to get you to bend to their will. Imagine a spider patiently crafting its web, waiting for its prey to become entangled. The manipulative person operates in a similar fashion. They'll start small with seemingly insignificant requests. They might forget to return a favor, leaving you feeling slightly obligated. They might casually mention a rumor about a colleague, subtly swaying your opinion. These seemingly harmless actions are the first threads of the web, designed to make you feel indebted, confused, or even a little paranoid. In Buddhism, the concept of manipulation can be understood through the lens of the 3 poisons: greed, hatred, and delusion. Greed, or desire, drives individuals to manipulate others in order to fulfill their own selfish desires. This can manifest as manipulation for material gain, social status, or control over others. Hatred or aversion can lead individuals to manipulate others out of anger, resentment, or a desire for revenge. Delusion or ignorance clouds one's perception of reality and can lead to manipulative behavior driven by a distorted understanding of the world. Buddhism teaches that the root cause of suffering, which is known as dukkha, is craving and attachment. which are closely related to the desire for power and control. Manipulative behavior arises from the delusion that one can find lasting happiness and fulfillment through the acquisition of power or the manipulation of others. The key to identifying manipulation is to pay close attention to how you feel after interacting with this person. Do you leave feeling drained, confused, or questioning your own judgment? Do you find yourself constantly apologizing, even when you haven't done anything wrong? These are signs that you're being played. Remember, healthy relationships leave you feeling empowered and supported, not diminished and unsure. Sign 3, the mastermind of misery. This person thrives on negativity, finding joy in stirring up drama and conflict. They might gossip relentlessly, twisting stories and pitting people against each other. They might constantly point out flaws, chipping away at your self-confidence with subtle jabs disguised as constructive criticism. Think of a dark cloud, a storm that lingers, casting a shadow over everything it touches. This person acts in a similar way, draining the joy and positivity from any situation. They might constantly complain about their own lives, subtly guilt-tripping you into offering sympathy and support. They might highlight the negative in others, creating a constant undercurrent of tension and distrust. From a Stoic perspective, the behavior of individuals who engage in emotional manipulation and thrive on negativity reflects a deeper internal struggle rooted in their own lack of virtue and inner turmoil. When someone resorts to emotional manipulation and constantly seeks out negativity, it suggests that they are grappling with unresolved issues within themselves. Rather than addressing their own insecurities and unhappiness directly, they may attempt to exert control over others and stir up conflict as a way to deflect attention from their own internal struggles. This is how you can recognize this emotional manipulation. Observe their behavior, not just towards you, but towards others as well. Do they seem to thrive on gossip and negativity? Do they leave a trail of hurt feelings and broken friendships in their wake? More importantly, how do you feel after interacting with them? Do you find yourself feeling drained, pessimistic, or questioning your own judgment? These are all signs that you're being targeted by a master of misery. Healthy relationships uplift and inspire us. They create a space where we can be ourselves, flaws and all, and still feel loved and supported. If someone constantly brings you down, it's time to distance yourself from their negativity. Sign 4, the puppet master of fear. The fourth sign to look out for is the darkness within these individuals that often feeds on fear. They become puppet masters, manipulating anxieties and insecurities to control your thoughts and actions. They might constantly remind you of worst-case scenarios, planting seeds of doubt and making even the most mundane tasks seem fraught with peril. They might exploit past traumas, twisting them into weapons to keep you feeling vulnerable and dependent on them. Imagine a viper, its powerful venom capable of paralyzing its prey. This person acts in a similar way, injecting fear into situations where none may exist. They might subtly criticize your decisions, planting the seeds of self-doubt. They might exaggerate the consequences of failure, making you afraid to take risks. This constant barrage of negativity can leave you feeling paralyzed, unsure of yourself, and hesitant to make decisions. Consider Zen Buddhism that emphasized seeing through illusions. Manipulative individuals who prey on fears and insecurities are essentially perpetuating illusions that distort reality and create suffering. Individuals who manipulate fears and insecurities are caught in the cycle of samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, perpetuated by ignorance and attachment. By clinging to power, control, and the satisfaction of their own desires, manipulators perpetuate suffering for themselves and others. Zen teachings emphasize the importance of seeing things as they truly are, without being swayed by our attachments, aversions, or delusions. Manipulators often exploit fears and insecurities by distorting reality and creating false narratives that induce anxiety and uncertainty. The main factor to recognizing this tactic is to know the difference between healthy caution and paralyzing fear. A good friend might offer a different perspective, but they wouldn't use fear to control you. Ask yourself, Does this person constantly point out dangers, even in situations that seem safe? Do you find yourself avoiding challenges or opportunities because of their negativity? If so, you might be dealing with a puppet master of fear. Sign 5. The Mask of Kindness. In the annals of wisdom, kindness is revered as a virtue, a beacon of light in a world shrouded in darkness. It is the gentle touch that soothes the wounded soul, the selfless act that uplifts the spirit. In the hands of the evil person, kindness becomes a weapon, a means to an end in their relentless pursuit of power and control. Just like the false philanthropist who showered gifts upon the needy only to ensnare them in a web of dependence and servitude. Beneath the outward expressions of generosity lay a heart devoid of compassion, a mind consumed by greed and ambition. In this tale, kindness becomes a facade, a mask that conceals the true nature of the malevolent actor. In Confucianism, kindness, or Ren, is considered one of the central virtues and a fundamental aspect of moral cultivation. Ren encompasses qualities such as benevolence, compassion, and empathy, and it is seen as essential for harmonious interpersonal relationships and social harmony. Confucius emphasized the importance of sincerity and authenticity in one's actions, teaching that true kindness arises from a genuine concern for the well-being of others and a commitment to ethical behavior. The manipulation of kindness by individuals with malicious intent contradicts the genuine spirit of Ren as understood in Confucian ethics. But how do we distinguish between genuine kindness and the insidious machinations of the malevolent? It is a question that plagues the hearts of the earnest seeker, for kindness, in its purest form, knows no expectation of reward. It is a selfless act born of genuine care and concern for the well-being of others. The malevolent ones are adept at manipulating the outward trappings of kindness to serve their own selfish ends. They shower their victims with gifts and favors, all the while weaving a web of obligation and indebtedness. Beneath the surface lies a heart as cold as ice, unmoved by the suffering they inflict upon others. In our quest for truth, we must learn to see beyond the facade of kindness, peeling back the layers of deception to reveal the darkness that lurks beneath. We must heed the whispers of intuition, the silent voice that speaks from the depths of our being, guiding us away from the pitfalls of deception. Sign 6. The Veil of False Humility. Like a serpent coiled in the grass, they feign meekness and modesty, yet beneath the surface lies a heart brimming with pride and arrogance. In the teachings of ancient wisdom, humility is revered as a virtue, a cornerstone of moral character that fosters harmony and compassion. It is the gentle breeze that softens the hardened heart, the quiet strength that empowers the soul. Yet in the hands of the malevolent, humility becomes a cloak, concealing their true nature from prying eyes. Consider the parable of the boastful ascetic who adorned himself in rags and ashes to deceive the masses. With feigned humility and contrived piety, he sought to elevate himself above others, basking in the adulation of his followers. In this tale, humility becomes a facade, a mask that veils the pride that lurks within. Discerning between genuine humility and the deceptive guise of the malevolent is a question that troubles the hearts of the discerning, for true humility radiates from a place of genuine self-awareness and reverence for all beings. It is a quiet grace that shuns the spotlight, preferring instead to serve in the shadows. The malevolent are adept at masquerading behind the outward trappings of humility, using it as a tool to manipulate and control. They bow their heads and feign meekness, all the while scheming and plotting for their own advancement. Beneath the facade lies a heart swollen with pride and arrogance, eager to assert its dominance over others. In our quest for truth, we must learn to see beyond the veil of false humility, peeling back the layers of deception to reveal the true nature of the malevolent. We must heed the whispers of intuition, the silent voice that speaks from the depths of our being, guiding us away from the pitfalls of deception. Sign 7. The Facade of False Integrity. Like actors on a stage, they perform the role of the righteous while concealing their deceit behind a veneer of virtue. In moral teachings, integrity is lauded as a cornerstone of character, a steadfast commitment to honesty and ethical conduct. It is the moral compass that guides our actions, the bedrock upon which trust and respect are built. Yet integrity becomes a facade to evil ones, a mask worn to manipulate and deceive. Just like the fraudulent leader who proclaimed their commitment to truth and justice while engaging in deceit and corruption behind closed doors. With smooth words and calculated gestures, they deceived the masses, leading them down a path of moral decay. In this tale, integrity becomes a mirage, shimmering on the horizon, but never within grasp. True integrity shines forth from a place of inner authenticity and moral conviction. It is a beacon of light that illuminates the path of righteousness, unwavering in the face of temptation and deceit. The evil ones are skilled in the art of deception, adeptly masquerading behind the outward trappings of integrity while harboring deceit and duplicity within. They speak of honor and righteousness, all the while engaging in lies and manipulation to further their own agenda. Under the surface lies a heart devoid of conscience, driven only by a thirst for power and control. We must learn to see beyond the facade of false integrity, peeling back the layers of deception to reveal the darkness that lurks beneath. We must heed the whispers of intuition, the silent voice that warns us of danger, guiding us away from the treacherous path of moral compromise. Sign 8. The temptation of sinful indulgence. The number 8 sign to watch out for is the temptation of sinful indulgence, a seductive trap that ensnares the unwary in its tantalizing grasp. Like sirens calling sailors to their doom, the temptations of vice beckon with promises of pleasure and gratification while concealing the destructive consequences that lie in wait. In the teachings of moral philosophy, indulgence in sin is viewed as a deviation from the path of righteousness, a surrender to base desires that leads to spiritual decay and moral bankruptcy. It is the indulgence of greed, the pursuit of lust, the succumbing to envy and pride that erodes the fabric of the soul. The evil ones use sin as a weapon, a means to exploit and manipulate the weaknesses of others. Consider the prodigal son or the fall of Lucifer, both cautionary tales of the consequences of yielding to sinful desires. Whether it be the reckless squandering of wealth or the rebellion against divine authority, indulgence in sin leads to suffering and separation from the divine. In these tales, the allure of sin becomes a trap, ensnaring the unwary in a downward spiral of degradation and despair. True virtue requires steadfastness in the face of temptation. It is the cultivation of inner strength and moral courage to resist the siren song of vice, no matter how enticing it may appear. Yet the malevolent are skilled in the art of temptation, exploiting the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of others to further their own selfish ends. They dangle the fruits of sin before their victims, luring them into a web of addiction and dependency. Beneath the surface lies a heart consumed by darkness, driven only by a thirst for power and control. We must learn to recognize the temptations of sin for what they truly are, illusions that lead us away from the path of righteousness. We must cultivate the virtues of self-discipline and self-control, heeding the guidance of moral philosophy and divine wisdom. Sign 9, the catalyst of disruption and chaos. Finally, we come to the number 9 sign, disruption and chaos. We confront the unsettling truth that some individuals bring with them a storm of disruption and chaos. Like a harbinger of turmoil, their entry into our lives heralds a period of upheaval and instability, leaving chaos in their wake. In human experience, certain individuals are often described as catalysts of disruption, their presence invoking catastrophe and uncertainty. They disrupt the delicate balance of our lives, stirring up conflicts and discord that threaten to unravel the fabric of our existence. Disruption and chaos is a tool wielded by the evil ones with intent to sow seeds of discord and confusion. Consider the tale of Loki from Norse mythology, or the trickster archetype found in various cultures, whose presence often brings chaos and upheaval to the world. Whether through deceit, manipulation, or sheer mischief, these individuals disrupt the order of things, leaving chaos and confusion in their wake. In these tales, the arrival of such disruptors marks a turning point, signaling the onset of turmoil and strife. Distinguishing between genuine disruption and malevolent machinations can indeed be challenging, as both can manifest in similar ways, often accompanied by warning signs and red flags. However, a deeper examination of the nature and consequences of disruption can help shed light on its underlying causes and motivations. Evil machinations involve deliberate efforts to sow chaos and undermine stability for personal gain or malicious intent. This form of disruption is characterized by deceit, manipulation, and exploitation of vulnerabilities. Individuals who engage in malevolent machinations may seek to exert power, control, or dominance over others by creating discord, mistrust, and division. It is the disruption of harmony, the erosion of trust, the fracturing of bonds that were once strong and secure. The malevolent are adept at exploiting vulnerabilities and manipulating situations to their advantage, using disruption and chaos as tools to further their own selfish ends. They thrive in environments of confusion and instability, where they can exert control and influence over others. Beneath the surface lies a heart consumed by darkness, driven by a desire for power and domination. We must recognize the warning signals that alert us to the presence of malevolent forces at work. In conclusion, the world is full of complexities and people are no exception. While most navigate life with good intentions, some harbor a darkness within. Navigating the complexities of human relationships requires a keen eye and a discerning heart. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.